are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you.
Awesome. Okay, well, we're joined with a few media members up here in the press box. We have about 10 minutes, so the first question, Colby Gordon with Austin Statesman, go for it.
Hey, how are you? Just having Musa up top and Cecilio in his natural position, just how much does that help the flow of the game and, obviously in particular for the offense?
Well, as you can see, Musa is a big, strong guy. He's physical, so with that we got an extra help for like holding the ball, and then bouncing it and like making opponent basically suffer when they try to duel him. So I think that's a big advantage for us.
Thank you. Next up, Chris Bills with Striker Texas.
Thanks, Laura. Jean, you've played professional for a few years now, and especially in Europe, I know you probably experienced weeks similar to this as far as, 3 matches. You rested midweek, obviously came out and had a good performance today. Did you feel like that was necessary for you, or, how much did it help to be, your performance today to not have to make the trip on Wednesday, or, just kind of your take on the 3-match week and how it went, obviously getting the 2 wins at home?
Well, obviously it's tough with all the traveling, and especially because in Colorado there's a altitude, and so the strength and conditioning coach has basically decided, just because it's my first year here, and I'm not really used to all of that, and as shown a little bit earlier in the season during the summer when I was struggling with the heat and traveling, so that was their call. I had to accept that, and I think that we made a good call about that, so that I and the other players that stayed at home were fresh today.
Thank you, John. Next up, Eric Goodman with the Chronicle, go for it.
Sean, congratulations on your call up to Slovenia for World Cup qualifying. What does this mean to you in terms of, I know you've competed with them at an age group level, but this is World Cup qualifying. Heading back to Slovenia, what are you most excited for?
No, I'm really excited and happy about the call up, but I think that this is the work of all the other players and the coaching staff that brought me here and helped me since day one. So after 7 months of work, it got paid off. So I am happy that I'm going home after 7 months, so that I'll see my family. But the goal is to play 2 good games with the Slovenian national team and represent my country and also Austin overseas.
And I can imagine that Slovenia doesn't often call in players across the Atlantic Ocean playing in North America. Do you feel like you're kind of paving a unique pathway as far as your national team as a way to develop and become useful for them?
Well, yeah, of course. Like MLS is a tough league, so I think I've shown here like that I can play on that level. So and that's basically it. And now I want to help my national team, and of course also like to represent Austin and to get a couple of good performances.
Thanks, John. Next up, John Lupo, go for it.
Thanks, Laura. Hey, Jean. As Eric said, congratulations on the call up to the Slovenian team for World Cup qualifying. But they had 2 players, Krajlac and Rusnak, who've been among the best duos in Major League Soccer this year. And Bob Krajlac to get a goal. What do you think the overall key was for you guys having such a good defensive performance, where you limited them to just that 1 goal?
I mean, of course, we prepared for them, and we were fighting today. We were competing, though it was hard. Like the time we're not basically used to playing at 3 in the afternoon. Usually we had night games, but I think we adapted really quickly, and we did everything for to get the win and for 3 points to stay at home.
Thank you. Chris Bills, go for it.
Yeah, Jean, you were up for a 22 under 22, which I'm not sure if you know what that is, but MLS kind of puts out a list of the top 22 players that are under 22 years old. Do you feel like obviously getting this national team call up is a big step in your career, but do you feel like you cemented your place as one of the top young players in this league? And obviously you came in on that U22 rule, but this thing's been around longer than that has. But just your thoughts on being considered among that group.
Well, I'm obviously happy. I didn't know about that. Like, I haven't paid attention, or like I haven't like noticed it or something. But if that's the case, of course I'm happy to be one of the best young players.
Thank you. Looks like we have time for one more question. Sebastian Herrera, go for it.
Thank you. Hello, San. Also talking about your national team, which advices did Cecilio, Matt Bisler, and all the international guys gave to you to face the coming up World Cup qualifiers?
I mean, we didn't really talk about that. They were just congratulating me about the call up. We had to focus on our games. So in this case, I couldn't answer that question for him. Sorry.
Okay, congratulations, San.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jean. Looks like that's all the time we have for today, and that was the last question. Jean, have a great weekend, and thank you for joining us today. Everyone else on this call, we will send recordings of all